right, and as we've been telling you, our sister radio station here, the SABC Radio 2000, is commemorating Africa Day by hosting several African embassies as well as high commissioners. And this happens here at SABC Radio Park Foyer in Auckland Park. Let's cross live to our morning live producer, Kirat Lalla, who is there, and he's seated with Just Eyes. Good morning to you, Kirat.
Good morning, fellas. Should I say Jambo in Swahili? I'm here with Just Eyes from Planet Haibo at Radio 2000, and they're going to give us insight as to why they're celebrating Africa Day with such a big shebang today. Just Eyes, good morning. Welcome.
Hey, morning, Kirat. Well, we're on the African continent. We got to sometimes celebrate this beautiful continent.
So talk to us, Radio 2000. Why are they celebrating? Why are they going so big?
We're setting examples for all the Africans out there, that Radio 2000 is an African radio station and will celebrate this African continent unapologetically. Outside here, it looks beautiful. Hashtag My Africa 2000. Hashtag My Africa 2000. We have embassies visiting us today, Nigeria, Tanzania, Ghana. You know, they're here to display the opportunities that are available on the African continent and all kinds of things. It's beautiful. Please come visit. There's also food as well. If you want to sample some African cuisine, it'll be beautiful. Yeah.
Now talk to us about the importance of celebrating Africa Day here on Radio 2000.
Look, I think Africa has a story, like a long story of all kinds of hardships and civil wars and things like that. I think we need to start writing a new story, new vision and things like that. So a celebration like this helps us reflect as to where are we as an African continent? What can we contribute to the world as Africans ourselves? You know, so it's time to create the Africa that we want at the moment, because people have tried some ideas, some of them have not worked before. So that's why we need to sit back and say, how can we create the kind of Africa that we want going forward?
So talk to us about how you guys, I saw that you were playing some African music earlier on, having a competition, who's the best songs.
Yeah.
So which African country do you like the most?
Well, it's obvious that one. South Africa, I mean, it's the most gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. It's totally the most gorgeous. I visited a couple. They're beautiful as well. Malawi is gorgeous. They've got Lake Malawi there. Kenya is great. You know, they've got beautiful places. But South Africa, you know, it's a beautiful country.
It's our country.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us when you guys discuss continental issues on Radio 2000. What sort of are the prominent issues coming about?
Look, Africa is a big continent with different nuances. Like Burundi is different from Botswana. Egypt is different from Swaziland. These are all different. Sometimes we have a tendency to look at it as though it's one chunk of country. While we celebrate Africa Day, let's bear in mind we're dealing with 54 countries that have different experiences, different cultures, different food, different kind of things, with just a geographical continent as one. Think of Asia. You know, Asia has got Malaysia and China, South Korea and Japan. Very different countries. So Africa is fairly similar. However, there has been issues that have found common ground, like the history of the fact that Africa was united around the idea of having been colonized by outside. Where are we now in dealing with all that? What kind of leadership do you want going forward and all those kind of things? That's what we talk about. But not deluding ourselves that we're dealing with one country, you know, but with a lot of opportunities as well.
But let's not leave out another member of your gang, Lelo Msako. If we can swing the camera to Lelo, who's a sports anchor over here at Radio 2000. Lelo, talk to us about sport on the continent.
Well, thank you so much, Kirat. I mean, there's quite a lot of sporting activities happening in the tournament. We saw Mamelodi Sundowns actually winning 3-1 against AS Vita. That's also happening. A South African team being African champions, the second South African team to have gotten a star. I think it's such a beautiful thing. And of course, I mean, they've got a lot of challenges in terms of the traveling that happens whenever one football team needs to travel to a neighboring country, another country out in the African state. They have to go sometimes even via Europe. So those are the challenges that they have. But I mean, African football is on the up and we're loving it.
Now we know Yaya Toure is one of the big stars on the African continent, but who else is making their mark in terms of social benefits to the continent?
I mean, Mahrez as well is another one. We've seen in the past there's been people such as George Weah. We've seen Samuel Eto'o, the things that he has done for the continent as well. And I mean, there's quite a lot of other stars that are actually coming up from the continent. And no doubt, I'd love to see an African footballer winning a Ballon d'Or in future.
I'm sure that will happen in the near future as well. Right, so let's leave it here at Planet Haibo with Just Ice and Lelo Mzata, who now will link to an ad break.